All right, guys, so here we are. I'm super excited to show you this one. This is my latest listing right here in Atascocita, Humble, Texas. We're gonna get inside this house in just a second. I'm gonna walk you through the entire thing, show you all the details about it. And then what we're gonna do after that, I'm gonna pull up a map to kind of show you this area too. So if you're not familiar with the area, I'm gonna show you where we are in Houston, how far we are to the airport, for example, to downtown, to the Woodlands, to your shopping, down to Galveston, to the beach if you like going to the beach. I'm gonna show you all that. We're gonna zoom in too, and I'm gonna show you exactly what there is to do right here in this vicinity. So your shopping, Target super close by, your HEB grocery store, Walmart, basically everything you would need is within about 5 to 7 minutes from this house right here. So as you can see, great curb appeal. This is a gorgeous home. It's over 3,100 square feet, 4-bed, 2.5 bath, brand new HVAC system, including all the duct work, new appliances, washer, dryer, fridge come with it also. It's a great listing. I'm super excited to be listing this, and it's, by the time you see this, it's gonna be live. It's like tomorrow, literally. Tomorrow meaning like from today to tomorrow. By the time you see this, it's already gonna be live. So I'll put the link in here too. You can go check out the house online and see all the details on there too. But let's go ahead, jump right into this thing and get inside this house.
All right, guys, so here we are. This is 7802 Sheldon Shadows Court right here in Atascocita, Humble area of Texas. So huge lot. This is my favorite part of this whole property. I mean, I'm really an outdoors person, so I can see, you know, my kids running around out here in this front yard, this side yard, kicking the ball around, playing catch, whatever they're doing. And what's super cool is the street is actually really quiet too. So you have the cul-de-sac right there, obviously where the front of the house sits on. But this street isn't really a through street. So you can see, I mean, I'm standing here in the middle of the street. You don't really have to worry about cars flying down this neighborhood. So it's actually a really, really great location right here in this part of Atascocita. But a little bit about the house before we walk in. So as I said, it's a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom. It's 3,119 square feet. You got a study / office downstairs. You have formal dining downstairs. So as soon as we walk in here, you're gonna see formal dining on the right-hand side, and that's kind of what we'll walk to first. So coming up here, you got this nice grand entrance. So the really high ceiling entrance, you got all those windows too. And when you come in, it just lets in, and you'll see here, it just lets in a ton of natural light coming through those big windows in the front there. And then you have this kind of 2-story high ceiling entryway right here. So really pretty. As soon as you walk into this home, it just feels so inviting. And then, like I said, to the right, you have formal dining. Straight ahead over there goes right into the living room. So we'll check this out first. This is the formal dining room, and you can see that back wall there is open right into the kitchen. And then looking back this way, you know, you have those windows looking out to the front. Again, ton of natural light. And then you can see over there back into the entryway also. So we'll turn back around here so you can kind of see you're right off of the kitchen too. So, I mean, we have a formal dining room in our house. We literally only use it for holidays. So Thanksgiving, Christmas dinners, things like that. Really the only time we use ours, but they're really nice to have and just show really nicely too. So we'll come this way into the living room. So this living room is huge. They have this massive couch here, which is super comfy. I sat on it when I came over a few weeks ago and literally just wanted to go right to sleep. But huge living room. You got this beautiful fireplace here. You can see that nice white mantle. There's actually brick there too. And then it's open right here into the kitchen on this side, and your little breakfast nook, your extra dining area there too. So kind of looking back this way from basically right here next to this fireplace, you can see really, really good size family room, plenty of space. Even if, you know, if you had a smaller sofa in there too, you'd have plenty of room to kind of walk around, kids run around, jump around, do their thing, right? And then we'll come over here into the kitchen. So right here to the left, you can see again, they're just windows everywhere. I love all the natural light that comes into this house. You have that little dining nook there with those windows looking out to the back patio. And then looking over this way, you have the big island in the center. You have your cooktop right there on the island. On the right-hand side, you have an additional little, like, kind of coffee bar, additional countertop space. And then over this way, again, another big window looking out to the side of the house. So if you're washing dishes, you can kind of see out there to that side yard. And then again, right off of that formal dining room. And then looking back this way, from the other side of the kitchen, you can see your electric cooktop there. You got all newer appliances too. So right there, you got a newer microwave, oven, new dishwasher, Refrigerator is going to come with this also. And then as we turn back around, we're going to go over here into the laundry room, and I'll show you in the washer dryer, which are fairly new also are going to be fumbling over my words. But the washer dryer are included is what I'm trying to say. So again, just kind of one more look at that formal dining, so you can kind of get the feel of formal dining over here into your kitchen area. And then you have your utility room here. Again, washer dryer are going to stay in the home. You have some storage above too. And then plenty of room right here to the left if you wanted to add a little kind of mudroom area or space for your kids to hang backpacks, things like that. And then what we'll do first is, since we're on this side of the house, is go outside, because this is kind of one of my favorite things about every house. I'm an outdoor person, but as soon as you come out here, you see off to the side there, you have your basically it's a 2.5 car garage. It's really big inside, and I'll show you that in a second too. On the outside, they actually have 3 cars parked in front of it with plenty of space. So, here's your little back patio. Again, you got all those windows looking in there into that kitchen / dining nook area. So nice little covered seating area. So when it's raining out here in Houston, like it always does, you have some protection from the rain. You can still enjoy being outside without getting wet. And then coming this way, you can see you got that big brick fireplace going up, another little seating area here, and then a huge backyard. So again, if you have dogs or multiple kids, or you just like having space, really great right here. You can see all that space even between this house and the neighbor's house. Just wanted to show you this because this house does have a brand new HVAC system. So I wish you could hear how quiet this thing is. It's like super top of the line. It is a really nice HVAC system. They redid all of the ductwork too, so the whole system is brand new, just replaced last year. Coming around this way, I want to kind of show you this additional side yard here. So you had another gate and that whole space there behind the garage. So as you can see, really good size lot. You have this huge backyard, you have that side yard, the front yard, and then like I said, you got a ton of space in between these houses too. So the neighbors are probably a solid 20 feet away, so you're not really like feeling like you're right on top of each other. But we'll go back this way, and then I'm actually gonna go out here and kind of show you this driveway and the garage setup. So if you were to park like where they park here in the driveway, you would basically come in through the house right here. So you can park in the garage, come through under that covered patio area, or you park here and come through that little gate that we just walked through. But I kind of want to show you the street too. So as you can see, beautiful homes down here, a ton of trees, just great curb appeal on all of these houses in this neighborhood. So you can see again, you got that whole side yard there. And then you can see, like I said, you got a 2-car garage, so you can see those two, the yellow car and the Jeep right there, that would fit directly right into that garage. And then you actually have another like half space there. So really wide driveway. And then right here, I want to kind of show you where the property line is. So you actually have this additional space to where that back fence was. I kind of showed you the side yard behind the garage. So you have an additional, probably 12 to 15 feet right there too. So just space galore on this place. And I'm someone that likes my space too, so we kind of we're not a corner lot. I wish we were a corner lot, but we're a really wide lot also, and our neighbors aren't really on top of us. It's just, I don't know, I'm just one of those people that likes my privacy, and I think a lot of people are that way too. So again, if you were to park right there and you came in through this gate, you come in right here from this little covered patio area, and then we'll go ahead and get back inside here. So if you're hanging out on the patio, you're cooking some food in the kitchen, you have kind of direct access right here into the kitchen. And then we'll come around through the family room one more time and come around that right there to the right. I didn't open it up in the video for whatever reason. It's just basically a coat closet. And then coming around here, we have the rest of the downstairs to check out. So you have your little private office / study right here, which is just to the left of the entryway. So when we came in, you have that big foyer there, and then you have this to the left-hand side. So a little private office, nice little spot to just kind of hang out and relax. Coming down this hallway, just for reference, you have the family room, living room right here to the right. You have the primary straight ahead downstairs, which is pretty convenient having it downstairs, and you actually have a half bath too. So you can see you have like that little herringbone style tile there, single sink area. So pretty, standard half bathroom, but actually pretty nice having it downstairs. So if you have guests over, they have and you're entertaining, they have a bathroom right here. So then coming into the primary, again, windows. You got those huge windows there looking out to the backyard. Really good size primary bedroom. And then coming this way, which is kind of a common thing in Houston in general. I mean, they really focus on primary bedrooms. Even, you know, this house was built, I believe, I have to double check, so don't quote me on this, I believe it was 1990 time frame. So, you know, 30 something years ago. And basically they're building houses the same way still. Huge primaries, nice big en-suites, double sinks, separate tub, stand-up shower. You have two separate walk-in closets here too. So just as we take another look here, you got that big oversized soaking tub, nice good sized stand-up shower. And then we'll go this way and open up this first walk-in closet. So you have one on this side and then one on the other side. So you can see you got all your built-in shelving here, plenty of space for shoes and clothes and storage and whatever else you need your closet for. And then as we turn back around here, again, like I said, it's just on the opposite side of, so over here you have your second walk-in closet, which is actually bigger than the first one. So plenty of space here for whoever needs the bigger closet and whoever gets the smaller closet. I think we all know how that works, but I'll leave that up to y'all to decide. Nice big walk-in closet. And then that little door to the right there is just the toilet room. There's really nothing crazy about it. It's a toilet and that's it. So again, one more look. You got the tall ceilings in here. Again, nice big tub, nice stand-up shower. And then we'll come back around through the primary bedroom one more time and go check out the rest of the house. So we're gonna go upstairs now, and upstairs you're gonna have 3 more bedrooms, 2 of which have huge walk-in closets also, and then you also have and there's little buddy there. He does not come with the house, by the way, unless if you're a parent, this is going to be funny to you, but you know how it is. If it's one of those days, he might be coming with the house. You never know. But here we go, upstairs. So like I said, you have 3 more bedrooms up here. You have one directly to the right there. You have this nice landing area. And then just kind of want to show you this view right here too. So you come over this way through past this landing, you're going to have one bedroom there to the left, but first we're going to go over here to the right and check out little buddy's room. So just super cute. You know, obviously they have their baby, so it's set up here kind of as his little nursery, but you can see his closet there. Nice, really good sized room too. So plenty of space. You can see they have the seating area, the dresser, his crib, and you can see how much space there still is. So even if you had an older child with a queen size bed, still plenty of space in there. And then what's nice is you have this Jack and Jill just outside in the hallway. So you have your single sink / vanity area right here, and then that leads over into where your washroom would be. So you have your shower, your toilet right here, and then that leads over into another vanity and sink area just past the shower tub combo over here. So this one you have another single sink, little vanity area, kind of additional countertop space there to the left, and then that goes into the second bedroom upstairs, being the 3rd bedroom in the house. And for reference, you know, we came right up those stairs, you saw the landing, we walked across to little buddy's room, and now we're kind of back on the opposite side into this additional room upstairs. So this would be the 3rd bedroom in the house. So again, you can see really good sized room. That's about a queen size bed. You got those windows out there looking to the front, just letting in a ton of natural light in this home. You have the little built-in desk area there in the back next to this closet that I'm about to show you. And this one actually has a huge walk-in closet. I think it's probably the biggest one in the house. It's even bigger than the primary closet. So pretty nice. You got all the built-in shelving. You see they have enough room there for that big dresser. Ton of space, ton of storage, so ample space for guests or family or kids or friends or whoever you might have staying in this room. They're gonna have a ton of space and access to that Jack and Jill bath there for privacy too, which is really nice. And then we'll come back across this landing for reference. I showed you that room already. And then to the left, you're gonna have your 4th and final bedroom in the home. So again, windows looking out to the front, you can just see how much light is coming through here. It's just really open, airy, really pretty setup here. You can see this one's set up as an additional office. They both work from home, so they have office downstairs, office upstairs. But this one's got a walk-in closet too. So not quite as big as the other one, but still you can see plenty of shelves, storage room, everything you need. So nice having not only 3 extra bedrooms upstairs, but 2 of them with big walk-in closets. So your kids don't need to fight over who gets the big closet because they're both big. So coming back this way, you know, again, looking down there into that entryway, that huge window, really pretty looking out there to the front yard. You got those nice, beautiful sconces on either side of the front door too, but we're gonna come down here and we're going to check out just kind of if you were to go out through the front door here and give you a look out of your front door. So just super tranquil, really, really peaceful, quiet neighborhood. You know, looking down that cul-de-sac, you got the golf course right there on the other side of those homes as well. Really pretty area.
All right, so here we are. Let's go ahead and get into all the details about living right here in the Atascocita, Humble area. So I have the map pulled up here. First thing to note, it is called Humble. So if you're in the area, the H is silent. For some reason, I used to say Humble until I got corrected one day years ago when I first moved here. Now I know it's called Humble. But here's the map of Houston. Actually, real quick, let's check this out. So before we even get into all the details on the map, just a little bit about Atascocita in general. So as you can see right here, this is from niche.com. This is a good resource if you want to look into any neighborhood or schools or anything you want to look at. Niche.com is a great resource because it kind of grades everything and it goes by like what other people have to say, reviews and things like that. So Atascocita, overall grade is an A, number 11 best suburb to buy a house in the Houston area. A minus for public schools, A minus housing, A good for families, A diversity, B minus nightlife. Crime and safety doesn't register on here. It's like per 100,000. I'll get to that in a second. But overall, A grade for Atascocita. Pretty nice community, population 89,000. Median home values 257.5. This is always something pretty interesting to me. Your ownership, basically this just means how many people living in a house own that house. So you have 82% home ownership and only 18% rentals in the community. So kind of just shows you, I guess you could say, like pride of ownership in the community. And then here's just, you know, a little map of the area. Atascocita rankings, we'll just go through some of these real quick. 50 of 418, best suburb to buy a house in Texas. And as you saw up here, it was the 11th best suburb to buy a house in Houston. So also pretty high ranking there, the suburb in the whole state of Texas. Most diverse suburbs in Texas, number 53 out of 420. Best suburb to raise a family in Texas, 68 out of 418. As I mentioned, crime and safety doesn't even register on here. This is per 100,000 residents. As you see, we're at like 89,121 here. So not enough, basically this means there's not enough crime happening for it to register on this ranking here. So, you know, again, just diversity, A, this is all about residents working in Atascocita. Median household income is about 115 grand. Public schools, we're gonna go through schools that this house that I just showed you is zoned to in a second. It's in Humble ISD, but let's go ahead, jump over here to the map. I just kind of want to give you a little bit of info about the area before we dive into the details. So here we are. This little red section here is Atascocita. You can see Humble's right next to it. Basically, this whole area is just considered Atascocita Humble. You have addresses that say Humble, like this house, the address is actually Humble, but you're in the Atascocita section. It's really weird. I don't even feel like explaining it because I fully don't understand it myself. But here you are. Downtown Houston's right here. You have the airport right here. You have the Woodlands right up here. This whole northeast side of Houston is expanding a lot. And right here, you're also, another great thing about Atascocita, or this part, we're actually where this house is. I'll show you first. Let me get rid of that. Didn't mean to click on that, but we are, come down Kings River Road, right here on Tamarind Drive, and we're right here at this little street, that's Shelton Shadows right there. So as we zoom out, you can see you're right next to the lake. As I mentioned, you're on the golf course. So if we kind of do this here, you can see we're right here, literally smack dab in the middle of the golf course. The house we're looking at is right here on this little cul-de-sac. So you're surrounded by the golf course. Actually pretty cool. The golf cart path comes right here. So if you wanted, just saying, I'm not saying I ever did do this or did this, like I'm stuttering because I'm about to lie. But you know, you can come out here and jump on the course, maybe play a few holes and then get back home. You never know, right? People do it. I've never done it, but I've heard of people doing it, right? Let's go ahead, get back over here. So great location, and what's super cool about this area is you're right next to Kingwood. Kingwood is a really, really highly sought after suburb of Houston. So kind of being in this part of Atascocita allows you to get to Kingwood. You just literally drive right over the bridge. You have Kingwood Town Center, everything to do right here in this area, right here, more restaurants on the lake, things like that. And you're not paying Kingwood prices, but you still kind of get the Kingwood vibe and amenities right here too. But we'll go ahead and zoom out. Again, you have downtown Houston. Let's see how long it takes to get we'll just do this house since this is what we're looking at. Let's go to directions here and we'll say 7802 Sheldon Shadows Court, Humble. To, you can see right there, right in that golf course where I just showed you, getting to downtown Houston. And it is 1:30 p.m. right now, and you are 38 minutes to downtown. So if we zoom out here, that's really the awesome part about this whole northeast side of Houston really is this Highway 69. On the north side, there's usually not much traffic unless there's an accident or something happened. Pretty convenient just kind of flying through here, and I do it all the time. I live here in Kingwood, and doing this as my job as a realtor, I'm around Houston every single day, just constantly driving. 69 is like the most forgiving highway in all of Houston. So anyway, 40 minutes on that route. You know, you can see, or 38 minutes actually, 40 on these other ones, 44 on this route. But if you want to get to the airport, as you see, Bush Airport is right here, super close by. So we go to IAH. You are a 27-minute drive to the airport. Actually, it looks like there's little pockets of traffic here getting to the airport. So must be a pretty busy day today for some reason. And they're doing a ton of construction at Bush Airport right now. It seems like the last few years, I know United is expanding. There's a lot of construction going on here. So, I mean, to know, it's good to know if you're coming out here for anything. You definitely want to set some extra time aside if you're flying into Bush Airport. But 27 minutes from there to Bush Airport. Another popular place that people love is the Woodlands, especially the Woodlands Mall. So being up here, 45 minutes, right? And like I said, we were about just a little bit under an hour to downtown. Being up here on this northeast side, the Woodlands is kind of its own little city. So you have downtown Houston, you have the Woodlands. We spend a ton of time in the Woodlands because we're closer being up here to the Woodlands than we are to downtown. Kind of similarly in this part of Atascocita, a lot of people, like the people selling this home, spend a lot of time in the Woodlands. It's a 45-minute drive, ton of stuff to do, restaurants, you know, the mall, Market Street, all that fun stuff in the Woodlands you have right there, and it's only 45 minutes away. Another question I get a lot, especially from my California people that grew up by the beach on the East Coast, wherever it may be, is how far is it to the beach? So you have Galveston Island down here. I'm gonna show you the map, and I'm also gonna say as I'm searching this, if you're from California like I am, I'm born and raised in LA. I spent half of my life at Hermosa Beach, Redondo Beach, Manhattan Beach. That whole South Bay area is where I'm from, and I love it still. These beaches have nothing on those beaches. So if you're coming out here and you're thinking about going to the beach, you want to keep in mind that it's not the same. Galveston is just not the same kind of beach. There's really not any waves. The water's a little murky. It's not the same vibe, but it's a beach. So like I have kids, my kids don't know the difference. They just love going to the beach. So if you're going to the beach, well, I just straight up talked a bunch of crap about Galveston, but I just want to be honest with you guys. You're about an hour and a half, and like I said, I'm right here in Kingwood. It usually takes us about an hour and a half to get down here to Galveston Island. So if that's something you're thinking about, it's a day trip. Like all of our friends up here, people we know ourselves, like you go in the morning, you plan on hanging out all day, have lunch. It's not just like you're gonna pop into the beach for an hour and then get back home. Like an hour and a half is a trek, right? You're gonna go early, you're gonna hang out all day. Late afternoon is usually when you're gonna start making your way back home. So it's an hour and a half drive there, usually about an hour and a half back, depending on if you leave during traffic time or not, right? So if you steer away from traffic times, it's gonna be about an hour and a half coming back too. So that was kind of your big picture stuff, like, you know, you got downtown, the Woodlands, the airport, the beach, things like that. What we're gonna do now is kind of zoom in right here into this area of Atascocita. As you see right here, didn't want to click on that, but you have your major shopping center. So as I mentioned, we're right here in Old Atascocita. You have this whole golf course area. You have Kings River, you have Kings Parkway. You can go over here to 1960 to get over to this huge shopping center. So you have Walmart. You also have, you have Best Buy, you have Lowe's, you have your HEB grocery store, TJ Maxx, Home Goods, Target. There's like hair salons here, Petco. There's a Sephora here. I spend a lot of money at Sephora, unfortunately. And then you have, my wife does hair, so that wasn't like a dig or anything. She does hair and makeup and stuff, so that's what I mean. If you didn't know that, that's what I mean. I'm at Sephora because I'm very heavily involved in the beauty part of our life. But anyway, restaurants galore, Walmart, you got Tin Roof Barbecue, which is pretty good, the Cash Lings Buffet, Crumble, that's that cookie place. I'm pretty sure Crumble's everywhere, but Crumble Cookie, Shipley's, which is like your big donut shop out here in Texas. I had never heard of Shipley's until we moved here, and apparently it's a big deal. Everybody loves Shipley's. And you have like kind of all your fast food stuff too. You have your Jack in the Box, Raising Cane's. Right up here you got Chick-fil-A, Five Guys. There's a Java Man in this HEB. Java Man is actually really, really good coffee. So if you move to this area, the original one is right over here. Kind of like a little old coffee shop. It's pretty cool inside, actually. I like going to the original one, but they also have little shops inside of the HEBs too, and it definitely beats out the more popular brand of coffee. Java Man is the best coffee around here. Anyway, Firehouse Subs. I mean, as you can see, literally 5, 6, 7 minutes down the road, you have everything that you're going to need right here at this huge intersection. And then obviously, if you didn't notice it already, just right back here, you have Lake Houston. So another cool place that we've been to a few times right here is called, why is it not showing up? You have Lake Houston Brewery, which is right on the water. It's actually a super cool place. A lot of our friends go there too. I'm not huge on beer, and neither is my wife, but it's still fun to go. They do concerts outside, pretty good food, you know, kind of whole setup. It's literally right there on the lake. As you can see, they got the docks out here. So people, like, we have some friends that live on the lake back over here on this side, and he takes his boat. I think he goes every Friday. He takes his boat, he has a dock at his house, takes his boat over here, docks it right here, and then he has lunch at Lake Houston Brewery. So pretty cool. But anyway, nice little spot to just go hang out, have some beers, have some good food, watch a little concert. And then if you enjoy the lake life, like I'm mentioning my buddy who really does, you can have a boat and get out here on the lake and have a good time. So another thing, at the beginning of this, I kind of talked about how close we are to Kingwood. So you have Kingwood Golf Club too. So if you, it's called Clubs of Kingwood. There's 5 different golf courses here. So not only do you have your golf course here in Atascocita and Pinehurst, but you have access to Kingwood super quick too. So you just come right over the lake, you're right here in Kingwood. You have all 5 of those golf courses. They are private, so you need a membership to golf there at Kingwood, but really, really beautiful courses here. And speaking of, you know, things to do, restaurants and stuff, as I mentioned, you have that big shopping center in Atascocita with Target and Walmart and all that big brand name stuff. Right here, just on the other side of the bridge, you have the Kingwood Town Center. So you have another HEB, you have like Yonut's donut spot, you got Jeremiah's. This just opened. It's actually really good ice cream. You got Crust, Potbelly, Torchy's, just a ton of more stuff. You got Chachi's Mexican restaurant. Basically all of, like I said, you have all of your Kingwood amenities with super quick access, just getting across the bridge here. And then right here on the water, you have a few restaurants that we like to go to. So the main one that we like is right here. It's called Chimichurri's South American Grill. So this is kind of like our little date night spot. Basically anytime we're going out on a date, we end up at Chimichurri's for some reason. But it's pretty cool. They got a nice little bar set up here. Really good food. South American Grill. I usually get like a little skewer. It's got bacon wrapped shrimp and filet on it, served with rice. It's actually really good. Let's get up here. You got this Loco Cantina. This actually just opened up right next to Chimichurri. So as you can see here, there's not too many pictures, but it's a good spot. It's always super busy too, so it must be good. I've only been there once. I think I had like fajitas or something, and it was good. I didn't have any issue with it. Sharky's waterfront grill, but basically, you know, you have everything right here also in Kingwood, super close to where you're going to be living if you considered a home like this one that I just showed you. All right, so I already showed you kind of like an overall ratings of Atascocita itself. Another thing I want to point out is the schools. So we're going to go over here. This school district is Humble ISD. As you can see here, ISD just means Independent School District. So Humble ISD, number 4 best school district in Harris County, which basically just means Houston. Overall grade is an A, B+ academics, A teachers, A clubs and activities, A diversity, A college prep, A- administration. Mainly, we're gonna get to this map here. I actually really like using niche.com for this because you can see all of the school ratings right here. So it's really easy to use. A couple rankings about Humble ISD, most diverse school and districts in Texas, 29 of 1,061. Best school district for athletes in Texas, 43 of 964. Best place to teach in Texas, 62 of 1,084, right? But getting down to this map, this is really the main reason I use niche.com when I'm looking up schools. So as you can see, this all encompasses Humble ISD. So you have Atascocita right here, you have your Humble area also, and you have Kingwood up here. A lot of people don't realize that Kingwood is actually zoned to Humble ISD. You can see a lot of A ratings here. That's why a lot of, Kingwood is one of your more highly sought after areas up here. But being up here, pretty nice too. You're all B, B+, A-, really good rated schools here in Humble, Atascocita area too. So right here at this house, 7802 Shelton Shadows, we are zoned to Pine Forest Elementary, which is a B+, as you can see right there. We're zoned to Atascocita Middle School, which is also a B+, and Atascocita High School, which is an A- for high school. So as you can see, that house is right here. You're less than 5 minutes, probably 3 minutes to the elementary, 5-6 minutes to the middle school, maybe 10 minutes or so to the high school. Super great location, getting to and from schools easily, to those shopping centers I showed you. Just really, really great location right here. So one of the questions I get a lot, especially people that aren't from the Houston area, and you hear about flooding all the time, right? So a lot of people ask, hey, I don't want to be in a flood zone, or scared of the flooding, this and that, right? And they say, what area doesn't flood? And the truth is, no matter what anyone tells you, what I've experienced in the over 6 years I've been here, pretty much any part of Houston can flood. If anybody tells you otherwise, they're just lying to you. It is what it is. Like, you have your areas that are outside of the flood zone where, yeah, you're more likely not to flood in those areas, but since I've been here, we've seen places that are not in a flood zone flood. So it really just depends on where the storm hits, how bad it is, and there's really nothing you can do about it. So I always tell people, if that is something you're super concerned about, we want to make sure that you are not in a flood zone. That's your best bet, is find the highest point you can, make sure you're not in a flood zone, and pray to God that nothing happens, right? But anyway, I wanted to pull that up for you, and I wanted to show you as a realtor what we can see on the back end here. So let me see. Okay, so when we pull this up right here, like I said, any realtor can do this. So if you're looking at a certain house, you can see right here, we're looking at this house. This is an old listing that I just found on MLS. We all have access to this flood map. And what's super cool about it, you literally click flood map and it shows you the flood zone. So the best way to look at this is it shows you right here on the legend at the bottom. The orange is out of any flood zone. You don't have to worry about the flood zone if you're in the orange. Yellow is the 500-year floodplain. Purple, dark purple, blue, all that is the 100-year floodplain. And so basically, if you're worried about the potential of flooding, you want to be in one of these orange sections. So as you can see, this house here, we are not in the flood zone. This house has never flooded. A lot of this stuff around here flooded during Harvey, the ones that are in the 100 and 500-year floodplain. A lot of that stuff flooded during Harvey. So again, this is something that I can pull up for you. If you're shopping for your house, you're like, hey, Rennie, we really like this house. Is it in a flood zone? It takes me 30 seconds to pull this up and see if it is or not. But even bigger picture, if you're not looking at this area, you're looking at somewhere else, or maybe Kingwood, whatever, and you're worried about the flooding, what I always tell people, like I said, anywhere in Houston can flood. When we zoom out here, and you can see like how these channels run out here into the lake. So you have Lake Houston back here. Up here you have Lake Conroe. Up here you have another lake. So there's like the way the water runs through Houston, it really just depends on where you are at in your little particular suburb, if you're higher or lower, if you're in a flood zone or not. So, I mean, you can see all this blue, purple, yellow, all throughout Houston, right? It's hard to see right here. This is Pearland, Missouri City. You got Sugar Land. Over here, you got like Katy, Cypress area right here. Getting up here into like, you know, you got Conroe here, you got the Woodlands. As you can see, these channels run through every single part of Houston. So that's what I mean. A lot of people try to say I'm being dramatic if you think it's gonna flood in a certain area, but it's like, I mean, it's the truth. Like, these things run everywhere. So if you're moving to Houston and you're thinking the possibility isn't there, yeah, some places you're gonna have more of a possibility, but other places I feel like it's still there. You just wanna be as high as possible, right? So keep that in mind if you're worried about flooding. Considering this house that we're looking at, as you can see right here, it is high. Even when you drive into this neighborhood, you're driving kind of like up a hill from this area that's in the flood zone. You're driving up a hill to get to this house. So you are like physically, like you can see and feel how much higher you are than the rest of that area there. So, and you can see right here, this entire, basically this whole little section right here of Atascocita, Eagle Springs, all of this stuff is outside of the flood zone. All right, so ton of information there. I hope it was valuable for you and you got what you were looking for out of it. So that was the house, the listing. Like I said, it's live now. It'll be linked in the bottom of this video. If you have any questions about that house or any other houses or just this area in general, reach out to me. All my contact info is right here on the screen somewhere. That's all my direct info too. So you can text me, you can call me, you can email me, when you text me, you can schedule a Zoom call with me too. Those are preferable for me because I like to actually see people when I talk to them. So do all that fun stuff. If I gave you any value, hit the like button, subscribe, do all the stuff every YouTube person asks you to do, right? But I appreciate it. Other than that, I'm kind of just looking here, seeing if there's anything else I need to talk about, and I don't think so. So that pretty much wraps this one up. You know, again, reach out if you have any questions, put them in the comments too. You can do that. I always answer questions in the comments, but that's it. I appreciate you guys. God bless you. I'll see you on the next one.